Coming up on this episode of Could Be Better.
Well, I mean, and the gays are all about the themes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's got to be a theme.
It's got to be a theme.
Don't
Right.
you dare throw a dinner party without a theme. If you follow his eyeline, where is he looking? He's kind of looking like...
Right now, he's actually looking at my crotch. Is this podcast all about you, Jay?
Well, this issue is all about me. So.
It's all about you. Hey there, I'm Rob Conlon.
And I'm Jay Dewey.
And this is Could Be Better, the podcast where we pour drinks and spill the tea about what we really think about this latest issue of Better Homes and Gardens magazine.
So first of all, we wanted to say thank you to everyone who is listening and who has listened so far. In the past month, there was a 66% increase in downloads. So thank you very much for sticking with us, and we hope that you like the show and continue to listen. And if you're listening but you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. There are lots of ways to do that. You know, the big one is, of course, Apple Podcasts or iTunes. There's Stitcher and a whole bunch of other spots where you can subscribe. And we also have a new website that's just getting going. It's couldbebetterpodcast.com. So we're posting some things there, and it could sort of be like a hub to connect to all the other little
Yeah, I
things
don't
we're
expect
doing.
too much right away, though.
No, yeah.
It's pretty much like the rest
Don't
of
look
this
yet.
thing.
Like, please lower your expectations.
It could be better.
Exactly. Yeah. It lives up to our credo. Do you want to say this?
Oh, about the new YouTube channel?
Yes.
That part?
Yep.
Oh, I'll say that part. So, we also have a new YouTube channel, which the link is on our website with more videos coming. And keep following us on Instagram and Facebook. We're pretty much into the Instagram part a lot because it's easy for us.
And it's very visually based, you know.
Yeah. Which we are. I mean, because we're visual people.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Funny.
And so you can laugh into the mic.
No, people are gonna get scared if I laugh directly into the mic.
We also want to say thank you to Mr. Nathan Turner, some of his work was featured in the last issue of the magazine, which led, I think, to following him and all that. And then so we tagged him on Instagram, and then he sent us a copy of his new book, I Love California. So I know you haven't had a chance to look at it.
I haven't had a
yet.
chance to look at all of it, but I am really excited that right up front in the book, Nathan's holding a cock.
Do you mean a chicken?
Yeah, I mean
okay.
a chicken, but
Okay.
it's funnier when you just say cock.
Exactly, yeah. It appeals to our audience, I
Appeals
think.
to our audience, right?
Yeah, because so far...
Or so we think.
Well,
We have
so
no
far,
idea.
when you look at the analytics on the downloads, the March issue is still like the big one, and that was where we had, the Spank Bank character,
Spank
the
Bank
hot
and
toilet
the hot
guy
toilet
and
guy.
Kyle
Oh,
and holding a cock, so he hasn't come back,
No.
the hot toilet guy.
Yeah. No, he hasn't.
No, he was
think
one and done.
It was like one and done. He was like, I'm in, I'm out.
I've done my job.
That's not my job.
You're all turned on by my toilet, and I'm out. Anyway, so Nathan Turner's book, I Love California, I got a chance to look at it, and it is really easygoing, good. It's a mix of entertaining tips and easy recipes, or very doable recipes, and it kind of takes you up and down the coast of California, so it's cool.
I mean, I think it's a great title for a book, because who doesn't love California, right? I mean, there's probably someone, but they shouldn't be listening to this podcast then.
I've only been twice.
Oh,
Twice.
really?
Yeah, twice. So
Well, my brother.
I loved what I saw.
My brother and his partner live in San Francisco, so we're there a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right. All right. I guess moving on.
Should we move on?
The main issue. So we should talk about our signature cocktail.
We should talk about our
first.
signature cocktail because we've already been drinking some of it.
Some of it, yeah.
So it is the actual magazine's featured cocktail. Last month we made our own up sort of to go along with where we were in terms of trying to create a signature cocktail. But because this one was called the Tulip, and obviously this whole issue is about pleasing you and your love for tulips, I think that I think we were like, we have to try it. So we're actually drinking right now the signature cocktail from page 113, the Tulip. And we'll post that on Instagram also as well with the little the recipe for it. It's actually pretty easy, and honestly, it's pretty good.
I think we were a little skeptical.
Yeah.
I mean, I was dying to see what the color would turn out to be, if it was very tulip-esque. But you said you looked it up, and it's actually from the 40s?
It's actually an older cocktail, and it sort of feels like that era, the 40s, 50s. Mm-hmm. It's got that. I don't want to say Manhattan flavor because it doesn't taste like a Manhattan per se, but it's got more of a warmer. It's not a Cosmo.
Yeah. It's not like a hot pink
no
colored drink like I was kind of expecting.
Obviously, pink is all the rage.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I was already
Here's
drinking.
to May.
Here's to May.
Yeah, skip the cheers. Go right to the drinking. So I guess overall thoughts. You have a lot of tags.
I have a lot of tags, so I'm just going to warn all of our listeners. Holy crap! I'm a mess this month. Like I literally tagged some. I tagged like.
Is there a page without a tag?
There is a page without. There's a couple pages without tags.
Okay. The beauty section.
Actually, I tagged.
I know.
One of the pieces of.
That was a nice tableau in there.
There was.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
Tableau. But I actually even went as far as like circling things with pen.
Oh.
Like I was cray.
Defacing the magazine. I just want to tell you my overall thoughts.
Sure, go for it.
I feel like, again, I feel like we're making a big difference because this issue seems like they listened and then they said, all right, Jay and Rob, here's all the things you like. We're going to do those a lot and we're going to do them really well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, like, we're going to, like, this is like a home run right to you guys. So almost all of my tags are for like. I found very little to not like. But the things that I didn't like, I really didn't like. But they're very few. So
I would agree. I liked most of it. There was, and my first tag is on the cover, and it says... obviously, we did make a difference because you declared last month that you love tulips, and like tulips are a huge theme throughout this whole issue. So I said I should declare something that I love, and maybe I'll get an issue dedicated to me, like this one was for you.
Go.
Oh shit! I'll think about it along the way, but but I do think I did really like it, and actually when it first came in, I love the cover. I think the cover is beautiful. I love radishes, first of all, so that was really cool.
Okay.
And the salad was really great looking. And I just thought it was, even though we're sort of gagging on pink, it seems to be in this magazine every couple of months, or every month now. I thought
there's a lot of green, too.
But there's a lot of pink.
Yeah, there's a lot of pink.
And I think they're trying to make me like pink because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So I really love the cover.
I think what actually they're doing is trying to appeal to millennials because millennials.
Oh my god, it's that millennial pink! I forgot about that. Yeah. See how much I cared about that name.
What do we call it? Like dusky
rose or something.
Dusky blush, dusky.
But so I also had to tag that Michael said to me. But look at that garnish. Doesn't that garnish look like you pulled it out of the garbage disposal and threw it on top? And I was like, kinda.
Picky.
Yum.
Picky. So this is the food issue.
So that's the one thing I didn't get.
Okay.
It is the food issue.
Yeah.
Food is not that prominent throughout. There's a lot of decor this month.
There is a lot of decor. Well, I think when we get to the food stuff, we'll talk about it. A lot of kitchens.
Yes,
to go along with your food. I don't know. My thought about Stephen Orr's editor's letter was that he talks a lot about diversity, which we've been talking about a lot, and just like basically his whole thing is we got to expand and try new flavors from around the world, and it's borne out in the shocking increase in diversity in this magazine,
Oh,
in this issue.
yes, there is actually more diversity.
So
Again,
this
we're
is
making
kind
a real difference.
Yeah, see, yeah, and it, so that was, that was my only.
I just like circled every one of these brand new flavors that he's trying, and basically wrote like so been there, so done that for like years and years and years. Like, really, like allspice is new to you? Like,
All right, so
come on, you're the editor in chief of Better Homes and Gardens, and you're just trying allspice?
well, yeah, that's not,
Give me a break.
yeah. But I know what I think in part we as experienced and longtime readers have to, and we can't always decry them for like you sort of like, oh, this is new and now. I mean, it's,
We can't.
well, but I don't know. I guess we can.
We
but
should.
it's, but okay. But when we get to an article later on, they will profile some vegetables that were new to me.
Yes, I agree.
So
I agree.
it's kind of like maybe this was like the
Maybe this was the warm up. This was
Yeah.
the if you haven't heard of cinnamon before, you should look into it because it's good. Come on, eat this cinnamon. Give me a break.
I know.
But-
Who does he?
Eat
Yes. Well, he talks about blending them.
blending them, right? I mean, but come on already. I just felt like this.
All right, well.
you know.
Well, yes. My first one of my first like few thumbs downs is on the fresh feature on page 12. You know, I like a table. I myself, this was like one of the things I like. One note that we at the beginning of the magazine, I was like, oh no, please, they have to let this issue not be like a total downer.
Oh, because it was so early.
It was so
Yeah.
early.
Page 12, yeah.
Page 12. So it's all about like equestrian inspired accessories.
Yeah.
No, not for me. No.
I wrote horse. I'm a fan.
Are you?
No, because some of this I was like, who would do this? Like, who would put? I mean, some of it I get, right, but some of it I was like, there's a lot of horse.
Yeah. So it like little thing with boxes with horses on it, horse hooks, horse playing cards, and I was like, is this what's really trending right now? This like equestrian stuff. You know who would like this? The two women from last month that grew up riding horses on Long Island and
made
Lily
that
Pulitzer.
horrible house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the pink and blue episode.
They might like this. So maybe this, but me,
This was for them.
but yeah, me no.
No. And I just thought that
I
the
don't
whole
get it.
like giddy up, giddy up. It was, there were some pieces, right, that you were like, oh, that I could do this one piece somewhere, but
if I scrubbed the horse off of it.
wow,
Yeah, I really didn't.
wow,
I was
you're a
not-
hater.
Not
Wow.
into it.
Wow.
It gets better. Don't worry, it
Well, it could be better.
improves.
Oh,
You know what?
What a surprise! We got tagged.
Page 28, the home section. Our paint can lids are back.
Oh yay! Finally, right?
They're
I mean,
back.
we had like last month we were in withdrawal.
Oh yeah, totally.
But so, what do you think about the color palettes, though?
The Quince Blossom color palette. It's not my favorite. Although I must say that compared to the the pinks that we've been seeing
Right.
in the last month, these are pinks that I could almost do.
Yeah, they're like
Almost.
more coral.
Yeah,
right?
more coral,
So
yes.
and like youthful coral is one of the names, right?
Yep.
From Sherwin-Williams.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to really admit that they're still pink.
It's still
#pink.
still pink. But more doable. I mean,
I think there are some doable
that
ones
big
here.
one called like Daring from Sherwin-Williams. I could
Yeah,
maybe somewhere.
because that's definitely got some warmer undertones than the other pinks that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a pink door later on that I hate. In the middle, we'll get there. Yeah, but I mean, I was just I was happy.
yeah,
you
of
know,
course, because even if you
have
hate the
the-
colors, you gotta love the lid.
samples came back. So and on page 30, the decorating expert, Kelly Proxmire, they have all these accent colors.
Yes.
I would do all of the accent colors.
I would do all
way
the accent
before I would do the Quince Blossom.
Do any of the freaking pink.
Yeah,
because
I love all these what she calls accent colors.
Right. I thought that
that'd be great.
The accent color.
Quince Blossom would be my accent color, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think my big tag here was #pink.
Oh, yeah, this room.
Because they're really, you know how they were like trying to like force the houseplant trend on us.
Yeah.
I think
they're
really,
forcing.
You think they're forcing pink? I'm not too sure. It's even up against the Pepto-Bismol like ad, right?
Well, Listerine,
but it's
pink
like
Listerine.
Oh my gosh! No, but I do like the like Elephant's Breath and Breath of Fresh Air. The accent colors are really kind of cool.
Yeah, the room they're showing these off in is not my favorite.
Well, it's pink.
Yeah.
So here are our trends.
So page 40, we've red hot kitchen trends. I'll
pour while you talk.
Okay, so what my thought here is I am for the most part we don't have a lot of black in our house.
Right.
Mostly it's in the form of picture frames that I haven't repainted yet. But when we moved in, our kitchen had a black refrigerator, black microwave, black stove.
Yep, so did ours.
So we kind of inherited those. Right. And then, unfortunately, when the refrigerator first and then the dishwasher both went, we were like, well, we still have the other thing, so we've got to buy black again. Otherwise, we'd have mismatch for a while until we redo the whole thing.
Right.
So, but a tip that I heard was if you're stuck with black appliances, but if you include more black accents throughout the rest of the room, it makes it look more intentional. Because right now, our kitchen, it does not look intentional.
Right.
So
I'm not saying right because I agree, but I understand.
You understand that, yeah. So now that we've got this matte black kitchen trend, I'm giving it a thumbs up. No, because I thought if we just got a black faucet and other things around the room, it would tie it all together and make it look like something that we actually decided to do and not this thing that you inherited. Yeah.
Or you could just go out and buy a can of spray paint and spray paint matte black now, right?
I guess.
I like the matte black. I guess my challenge is, and for you, I can see like we inherited black appliances here as well, and then when we renovated the kitchen, we put in all of the stainless steel, and so like I'm feeling like, oh my god, now I got to go change all of my appliances because all the trends are away from stainless steel.
Yep.
Right, and then people are going to go, oh, that's when you put that kitchen in when stainless steel was hot.
Yep.
But the matte black, I think, is nice. It's kind of very chic.
I would agree.
I like it better than the next trend on the next page.
The next trend.
42. Sort of with the bronzy colored.
Oh God, no.
We're not going back to brass. We're not going back to bronze.
No, yeah, this. I actually I didn't tag it, but this was one of my dislikes.
I mean, and I'm sure people...
Rose gold in a refrigerator?
I think it'll look gorgeous in someone's home, just not ours.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yes. Somebody else can do it.
If you love it, listeners, go for it. But I hate it. It's got that... You know what it felt like? Like, oh, we're going to buy avocado. Right? like it's just...
So you think it's a little like less timeless and more...
Oh, come on.
2018.
It looks like...
I think you're right.
It's pink gold refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not timeless. I'm just saying. There's nothing timeless about a rose gold refrigerator.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
But
But what do you think about the blue for kitchen cabinets?
So
that's another trend.
It's another trend. We talked about this.
Yes,
we talked about this last month. I wrote on my little tab, I guess I need to start painting now because we don't.
Yeah.
our cabinets are wood. We actually have mixed cabinet colors, so we have light, it's called oatmeal, so it's a sort of a whitewash, and then we have solid cherry. But this trend is really to like paint your cabinets colors, right? Yep. And this, I actually like this color, the Naples blue.
It's a gorgeous color.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things that it's a commitment, like to paint a color, like not, like you all painted your cabinets sort of like a taupey color, right?
Yeah.
And black, right? Which is not, you're not sort of like all in on something like rose gold.
No, we did neutrals. So.
Right. But I do like the blue chip picks at the bottom.
Yeah.
So they give you some real nice options for these blues.
They have a lot of gray in them. So they're
yeah.
Still, again, very much using blue as a neutral.
Right.
Never heard that before.
Some people do it well. Some people don't. It's like
that's what I mean. Like, this is like the greatest hits.
Of
BHG.
And it doesn't make you go like, wow, we started this just to have fun, and we're really changing the world now. Because now they're following us.
Right.
Now they're making the magazine about us.
It's great.
Yeah. So you have a tag on 44.
44. So there's two more kitchen trends that I'm kind of not on board with. One, gold accents. No, I'm sorry to make you choke.
I was sipping. Yeah,
gold. It's it's like the older sister of brass, and not for me.
But it's showing up in our friends' houses already, so we have to pretend like we like it.
We're just gonna smile.
And we're gonna smile. And go, gold.
That's gorgeous.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, not
here.
Yeah. The other thing I'm mystified about, and I could just be showing my age now, was all these it's the Let's Talk technology. So that your faucet and your oven and your refrigerator are going to be like connected to the web and can do all these like things and all that. And I just kind of don't get it. But I feel like that's very much just my age.
No, I think it's definitely we're headed there. I'm still not sure why I need my refrigerator to be connected. I mean, it's like I get like thermostats. A lot of our friends have like a Nest or something like that. I get that. Yep. Like you're away and all of a sudden it's freezing at home and you can turn your heat up. Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure what I need to do that instantly for my stove, right? Like I can turn,
right. So they even say they've got for each one of these technology trends, why you want it, and then for example. Why you want it for seamless integration of your refrigerator. Why you want it? You don't have to leave the kitchen. Well, some of us would like to leave the kitchen.
Some of us are like, get me out. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, but I guess if you're gonna have one like technology hub for your for your home, I think you should like pick one. Like, what's the one thing that's gonna control everything? Because I don't know if I need like my thermostat and my Alexa Echo and the refrigerator all like trying to boss me around.
But there are lots of people that love that.
I know,
right?
I just
like my brother-in-law Greg is totally into this shit, right? Like to the point that my brother Chuck and his partner Greg have like Alexa in every fucking room. Like it's like in the bathroom. They're like, you turn the lights up, turn the lights down. Like, it's just like,
really?
Yeah. No, they're like seriously obsessed with this. Like, I don't want to do anything for myself. Like, right? Like, they're totally like, we need new paper towels now, right? And then the doorbell rings.
And Amazon's delivering more.
Amazon's delivering. Okay. And so there are people that really love it. I kind of feel like I can walk over to the stove and turn it on.
Right, exactly. I know.
I mean, that's not necessarily what they're talking about here, but there's still things that I don't understand why we need to totally make them connected to the internet, right? Because then they're just taking our information.
And when and when the Soviet, or I shouldn't say, or the Russian hackers like take everything over.
Exactly.
You won't be able to open your refrigerator.
They're gonna know how cold we like our milk.
God forbid.
God forbid. They like their milk 42 degrees. I'm laughing at myself over that one. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Next.
Moving on. I love the color cues. Their suggestions for other colors to put in your kitchen.
Yes.
That are hot. Gray. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's not a newsflash, but
yeah, been there, done that.
A little bit of like a very like tangerine orange and this sea foam, gray green.
Yeah. So the
Gorgeous.
sea foam, it kind of feels a little 90s to me, but there's also, as we go through the magazine, sort of a 80s flashback and some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Orange is tough. I mean, I like the color orange, but it's hard to live with. And for those psychology people out there, orange is actually the psychological color of change. Like, people are drawn to it when they want to change something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And people who love orange are often the ones who like a lot of like flexibility in their lives and things like that. Yeah, that's not me.
Okay.
I'm nothing like spontaneous.
I love orange.
Well, here we go again. Is this going to be our second podcast fight?
This one's not quite a All right, on page 52. This was the renovation section.
Yes.
So this was a story
of a lovely lady. Oh, actually, no.
No, a lovely guy. About Greg Luna, who's one of the magazine's food stylists.
Yeah.
And who actually we've seen, and I think we've commented on his work before.
Yes.
I have a tag on this page because this is pretty much like our future kitchen. Right here.
Okay.
And I even showed this to my husband Bob, and I was like, "What do you think of this?" And he said, "I love it. This is exactly what I was thinking of doing in our kitchen."
That's awesome.
So again, they're making it exactly
for us.
Yeah, for us.
It's totally. It's like they.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it just be called the Rob and Jay magazine now?
Well, I think. Well, we're gonna have to be like that. You know, that Joanna Gaines to start our own magazine.
Oh, start our own magazine?
Yeah.
Oh, but does it have to be like Joanna Gaines? Because I'm not...
No.
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 I'm not a fan. Sorry.
No. Do you want to, like, segue about...
about Joanna Gaines?
I have a certain amount of respect because I know they actually appeared in this magazine sometime last year, and that was the first I had heard of them. I didn't know they were behind.
You didn't? Oh my god!
What's their HTV show? Flip or Flop?
No. Fixer Upper.
Fixer Upper. Yeah. Because we don't get cable anymore, so I don't watch.
Oh, so you missed the whole trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
So I'm catching her on the backlash to the trend.
Yeah.
With the stuff in Target.
Yeah.
And usually I'm there in Target and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Oh wait. That's Magnolia.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? Like the first like 500 rooms that she did that looked exactly the same. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And she did like 10,000 more exactly the same.
It's like, oh, I like the aesthetic. Is that all you can?
Is that all you got? Like, that's it, girl. Like you're like, but then you're like, holy fuck, they're like millionaires for doing exactly the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and what really I knew like that they were like a huge deal when like People magazine and like National Enquirer started like covering like the thing about their marriage and the rumors of them breaking up. I don't know if they're true or not. I have no idea.
They're having another baby.
No. Oh, okay. Whatever.
But it could be one of those like save the marriage babies. I can't believe we're dishing.
Right, but
the Gaineses.
I was like, so I do respect that like they were, I don't know, interior designer. You know, they're like these. You know, in our wannabe world of those types of people who had kind of risen to that level. So that part was I could appreciate that.
Yeah.
And respect it, but also like this is this is it's like this is the aesthetic that we're selling. We're
And
packaging
not
it.
only selling, we're like shoving it down your throat.
Yeah.
Like this is all you get.
Yeah.
Like I'm never going to Waco because every fucking house in Waco, Texas
been
looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right? But this kitchen on page 52 with the green subway tile, I love it, right?
Yeah.
It's really nice. And I'm not a big fan of green, but it's cool. I can't believe you flipped past 52 without talking about Greg's shirt.
Oh, I know. Because I didn't think it needed to be mentioned. Yes.
Because his shirt is untucked.
Untucked shirt.
Because he's got a big old heart on for his kitchen.
He works for the magazine. He knows the
He
rules.
knows
You
the
gotta
rules.
untuck your shirt.
Right? Especially when you have a heart on for your magazine, for
Yeah.
your kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is pretty much
What you're going to do.
what we're going to do.
And so what I actually tagged page 54 because the before and after. So what I really liked about this particular article was that they didn't completely like gut the kitchen, right? They sort of like worked with what they had and they made the kitchen work better for them, which is exactly what we did in our renovation for our kitchen. Like a lot of people are like, well, just tear it all down.
Yeah.
But sometimes the layout already works. And so they made some shifts. But all in all, they were like, hey, let's work with what we have.
Yeah. Or my budget doesn't allow
My
us
budget
to
to
got the
spend
whole thing.
$150,000.
Work with what you got.
So basically, we can look forward to when this kitchen renovation at your house.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know exactly when. It's in the mental.
It's in the
mental
spank bank.
process. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Well, now that I've had this initial conversation with Bob, now I'm
it's
planting seeds.
Oh, please!
I'm planting
is that how
a
it
garden
works?
of ideas.
Is it
yeah.
like I'm gonna sort of plant this seed, and
Yeah.
then about like 6 months from now, he's gonna think it's his idea, and we're gonna do it?
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
exactly what I do.
Don't listen to this, Bob.
Shh, don't
Nope.
listen. Or
Yeah.
I say it right
don't
out loud to my family. You know that I told you that 6 months ago, and I was just waiting for you to figure out that it was your idea.
Gotcha.
So, but again, like on 56, they're also talking about like the walls that work, right? Keeping
Yep.
the original walls, maintain the home's vintage appeal, right? So, we have an open floor plan home. I totally get that. That's the trend. Everybody wants everything to be open to everything else. But if you think about the way you work and the way you live in a space, you can leave it if it works, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to tear every wall down just because that's what everybody's doing, like Joanna Gaines.
Did you tear down a lot of walls?
Oh, and then shiplap. Shiplap. We're gonna put up this. We're gonna basically put paneling horizontal and make you think it's really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I got your number. All right.
It's like when the Spanx woman like rebranded girdles, right? They're fucking girdles.
Yeah.
I
Right.
thought
You know what? It's actually called paneling.
it's called. What did I call it?
No, but I'm saying
Oh, wait,
the general public.
I was like,
It's paneling, but
It
we're
is
going to
paneling.
turn it the other way.
We're going
and
to turn
call
it
it
the other way,
shiplap.
and you're going to love it. So I thought this whole the burning with love craft on page 60 through 64.
Yeah, you could probably guess what I thought of the craft section.
I thought to myself, like, there's nothing more kid friendly than a hot poker.
Right. Let's make your Mother's Day presents with
a hot
burning
poker.
hot poker.
I was like, oh, give me a break.
This was my thing. I didn't even tag it for hate because I was like,
Oh, you had. I was
can't.
just like, because
can't.
I always go through the magazine thinking about you and the kids, right? And like,
I know you do. It's very sweet.
Like, what would be great for you all to do? And I was like, this one's it, a hot poker.
So the only thing I wanted to talk about with this one is Mother's Day in our household is difficult because my mom is deceased.
Yeah.
We have one adopted son and one in foster care. So moms are kind of
Yeah.
a touchy subject. I would so my husband's mom is still alive, thank God. Hi Sharon, how's it going?
Yeah, Sharon's awesome.
Oh, that's right. Sharon and her husband Barry wanted to listen to this podcast on their drive because they came to visit. They wanted to listen on their way back, driving back to Chicago. And I was like, I'll text you the link, and I didn't.
Didn't? Why?
Because
Bob's mom has never heard fuck or erection or
I don't know. It was
pink
it wasn't so much. It wasn't so much her. It was Barry. So, but you're right. I should.
Come on,
because actually she subscribes to this main. She has for years. So
you are like
all right,
failing.
All right, I will. All right.
Yeah. Sharon, you're getting the link.
One more listener.
So you're flipping around.
I'm flipping.
Where are you flipping?
Oh, wait, sorry. What did you?
Oh my gosh! You're skipping over me again. Is this podcast all about you, Jay?
Well, this issue is all about me. So.
It's all about you.
Don't be surprised when I edit all of your comments out.
All of my stuff out.
I clap my hands.
You clapped.
Because it is, I feel like, again, that they were sitting in the PhD offices in Des Moines and we're like, you know what? Oh, you ragged on us last month about our super simple, like, I already did it. I did it section. Painting a chest you found in the garbage. Right. Well, here's an I did it, Rob and Jay, that you haven't done. We know you haven't done it.
Because we have shitty laundry rooms.
We're going to show you a laundry room makeover. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. With painted cabinets.
With painted
Which
cabinets.
we knew was coming.
And big wallpaper.
Big wallpaper.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like...
Yeah.
So
what is your...
My tag says game on.
Oh, yeah, see?
Because if you've been listening, which I know everyone has, to all of our episodes, I had a whole discussion about one of the things I really want to change is to have an awesome laundry room because our laundry room sucks. And like I just have this fantasy of having this laundry room, right, where everything's neat and clean, and there's like it's accessible and it's pretty. So I loved I Did It, even though we always love I Did It. We always love this section. What did you think?
I totally agree. Our laundry room makeover is probably it's next on the list of indoor projects. So the kitchen will not really happen. No. The laundry room is gonna.
Psst, Bob, happen. You have an idea about a laundry room.
Laundry room is next. But this again, it makes the point. Like you could have a nice laundry room,
right?
And it combined the big wallpaper.
The big wallpaper. I love it. It's lovely
like,
lemons.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put the big lemon.
No, but it's a laundry room, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. So on page 72, they actually tell you all of the pieces that went into this, what she did, and the wallpaper is called Lovely Lemons again. Wallsneedlove.com. $96 roll. That's the thing about wallpaper; it can be expensive.
Yeah.
As you know.
Well, at least this is removable wallpaper.
Right.
So it's no commitment.
Subway tile, which is throughout the whole magazine, right?
Yes. Yep.
And then I circled that I love the cabinet pink color, just because it's a nice green.
You don't like green.
I don't like green, but I was like, I could live with this in my laundry room where I'm not sitting looking at it all the time. Yeah. Right. So if I could live with this green, you could live with the lemons.
I could, yeah. I'm probably not going to pick the lemon one. No, I mean, our laundry room is in the basement so with concrete walls. So even if I just paint the concrete like white or off-white, something, it's going to be better than that.
Ours is in the basement too, and it just sucks. And you have to note, of course, that she has some seasonal hand soap.
Jesus Christ. Do you want to know the amount of psychological damage you've inflicted on me for seasonal hand soap?
So any of our
we now always have seasonal hand soap or multi-season.
And any of our friends listening know that that's like my whole thing. Oh, God. Yeah. Right?
He's relentless. Yeah.
Hello.
It was like one time, like you came over.
One time, I think like 2 times you had the wrong season's hand soap out.
I relabeled it so the Christmas spruce hand soap became the juniper martini.
Yeah,
or
no. I
gin.
was like,
Yeah.
this is still Christmas, bitch.
The handmade label didn't throw it
Didn't
off.
throw it off at all. That's my whole thing. I always come out of a bathroom and go,
Yeah.
it's spring and you still have your Christmas hand soap out. People love that about me.
I'm telling you, it's psychological. It's the same as like when there was this like kid in like third grade that used to bully me for having like
For being
like,
bald already?
No, for being bald. No, for having like very like dry, like ashy, like scaly elbows.
Well, hello.
And so to this day, I moisturize my elbows every single day.
As you
because of that
should.
kid.
Anyway.
Well,
I would not have
right.
bullied you, but I would.
You incorporate the bullying into.
I don't bully. I would have gently tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Moisturizer is a good thing."
And make sure your hand soap
Make
is
sure your
seasonally
hand soap
appropriate.
is seasonal.
Well, that nice little blogger, she has seasonal hand soap in the photo shoot.
Yeah.
Then she went back to her Christmas
She was
spruce.
like, put her Christmas shit out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
On page 76,
Page
see,
76.
like they're like, if you liked like our big wallpaper
Yeah.
feature from last month, you're gonna love
Right.
this one
Right. And
because we're gonna do wallpaper again.
oh my God. So my tag here is
Yes.
I'm gagging. I love this particular wallpaper.
Yeah, me too.
It's not a huge print, but it's it's bold, even though it's not big. Yeah.
And I like the point they make that because it's this. I was trying to look for the name of the flower that it had on it. It's the flowers and greenery on a very dark background. Yeah. I mean, I've always loved that look of the florals on a dark background.
Yes. And this whole feature is about sort of dark background. With the pattern that's lighter. And
yeah.
so it's and this particular one is, of course, we can't find what the name of the flower is because we've had like 3 cocktails at this point. But
They were big pores.
big pores.
It's called Linnea. It's by Sandberg from Stark.
Right.
And I'm sure it doesn't cost $400 a roll.
No. Is that what your bathroom cost?
It was, yeah.
Well, if you go to Instagram, you can see Jay standing in front of that $400 roll wallpaper, which is kind of hot.
Yep.
It kind of looks so for folks who aren't, looking at the magazine as they should be. It kind of has like a lily of the valley feel.
Yeah.
Like it's a very gentle flower. It's pretty.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm dreaming of different rooms I could put this in. Actually, all of the wallpapers on 78, I like them all. Even the giant, like, what are they? They storks? Cranes.
Cranes.
Yeah.
Oh, see.
The white cranes.
You were
on
like
the
even
dark
that,
background.
so you didn't love that one as much as you liked. So I really liked number 6, which is the cranes, and number 5, which is like sort of like lily pads. Those are the 2 I like the most. The feathers are pretty in number 2 as well. And again, this is not for everyone because it's dark. Some of it's dark, but again, this bold wallpaper thing is totally on trend. Hashtag.
Very, very much so. But again, you could put this in a little, like the back of a bookcase, or you could put it in some, just do one accent wall.
Yeah, or on your ceiling.
That would be great. I'm all
in your
for
laundry room.
In the laundry room,
In
yeah.
the laundry room?
Yeah.
In your bathroom.
I mean, this magazine does not veer too often into the sexy territory, but there's a quote here. These wallpapers can make a space feel more alluring, mysterious, and sort of sexy. I can't recall seeing the word sexy in this magazine ever.
No, but we've seen sexy in it.
Well, they put sexy in, but they don't say it.
They don't say sexy.
Yeah.
They just put it right up front. Right? Look at this toilet boy. Right? Look at Kyle and his cock.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
It's right there. But these wallpapers are definitely
Yeah, definitely.
sexy.
I liked this a lot.
Yeah.
I think that folks who because a lot of the wallpapers we've seen in the magazine in the past couple of months are very florally or very sort of not everyone's taste, but these have a lot of modern twist to them, and people who might not think of wallpaper, that might think about grandma as wallpaper, these are very modern. Very cool.
Good point. On page 84, we're getting into some food stuff. It's called Growing Traditions. This is what we were referring to before about the unusual vegetables that you might try out. But I have a tag on this because of its diversity.
Yes.
We are getting the perspective from Wendy Kang Spray, and stories about her, these Chinese vegetables.
Yes. So her family is from China, which is really awesome because we see a lot of white people in this magazine. Yeah. I really loved this article because, like, when we talked about the garden, I mean, Wendy talks about, like, I used to just put the seeds in the ground and then forget about them, like, and then nothing would happen. And we've all done that. We've all been like, I'm going to plant this cucumber, and 4 months later you're like, why didn't it grow? Oops. So I loved the fact that she was talking about, like, not everybody's an expert, right? So it's awesome. Yeah. And then she, again, the whole gardening with family, like, she does this with her daughter, which I thought was really nice. And I think a lot of us don't have gardening. Like, I was never taught how to garden, right? And we've talked about that in the past, about gardening and being taught how to do it. So this was really lovely to me because I think there's ways that we can actually teach people to not just let the seeds die. We can actually help them grow shit. Right?
Yeah. And it was like, even though we said in the letter from the editor talking about these exotic things like cinnamon, like
cinnamon.
Try out.
Try cinnamon.
I don't know if it's gailan or how you would officially pronounce it.
We should have probably Googled that first.
Gailan. But just trying out a new vegetable. It sounds very accessible. Yeah. And I was totally fascinated by the. It's a couple of pages ahead. On 91, the long beans. Yeah. They can grow like 3 feet long. That's amazing.
Yeah, really awesome. Yeah. I think that, so this particular article, starting on page 84, goes a number of pages onto 91. Lots of different types of vegetables, lots of different things that you can try. I actually tagged that we're pretty lucky that we have a farmer's market that has different kinds of vegetables. Yeah. People get afraid to try this stuff. Every time we find a new vegetable at our farmer's market, we go to the farmer and say, how the hell do we cook this? And they always have ideas. Yeah, so, like, it's not that scary. And some of them are, sometimes they suck. Sometimes you're like, I'm not going to have that again. Like, I'm not. Yeah. They tell you, this is really delicious. And then you make it at home. You're like, this tastes like crap. But trying new vegetables is kind of cool. It's not just broccoli. There's not just green beans. Like, there's lots of different things, which is awesome. On 92, we get to the resetting the table. Again, some more like the food issue stuff. Right. And, one thing that we don't talk a lot about is the graphic design elements of this magazine. Usually they play it pretty safe. But here we've got a little, like, playing with fonts. Getting these like cool plates to kind of like go into the the section header, I guess. Yeah, it almost doesn't feel like Better Homes and Gardens, right? Right. Yeah. It's got. I'm telling you, it's a new magazine. Right. We're making a real difference. Yeah. The illustrations by Alice Carroll.
Yes, I know you love when they illustrate experts instead of having their photo in there.
Photographs are so played. Like, draw them, please.
Alice Carroll, come on, just draw me.
So, no, but this was
What I liked about this whole thing is that there's a ton of diversity.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Between the food and the people who are that they're talking about.
Radishes, love it. And then there's on page 96. This is the only thing I had to be like, oh no.
All right, well, you gotta have some hate.
Well, just because it's like a whole chicken, and as you know, I don't eat anything on a bone.
It's sort of spatchcocked.
It is spatchcock,
Basically.
and we spatchcock at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right, but
the bones are removed before it
the
gets to your
bones
table,
were
before you
removed
see
for
it.
me because I can't
Yeah.
do it.
Well, Melissa Clark, who did this recipe for for this basically spatchcocked chicken kitchen.
Yeah.
Have another drink.
Have another.
Chicken. Again, but I mean, I love her. Bob follows her all the time. He'll come
really?
when Bob. He's very much he follows the recipe to the T, and he does a lot of Melissa Clark's recipes from the New York Times.
Awesome.
And they're always great. And she's a lot of fun to listen to when she's on like other podcasts and other shows.
We should have her on this podcast. I'm sure she'd be
I'm
all
sure
into
Melissa
it.
Clark has time.
She'd be like, I'll take it off the bone for you, Rob.
She would. She's very nice. She seems very nice. So again, but I gotta say, it's another recipe where you take a protein and you throw kale in at the last minute.
Well,
and we've talked about that before.
Kale's all the thing.
But on page 98,
Yes.
I want to do like a whole like international taco night and do all these things.
I have hashtag tacos, right?
Yeah.
Tacos are really cool because they're super easy and people have fun with them, right?
Right.
So
These certainly look like fun.
Yeah.
They basically got like 3 experts from different parts of the globe,
Right.
all doing tacos.
Yeah. I was totally like, the vet. I don't know if it was the last episode or the episode before we were talking about when I had the cauliflower tacos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In Orlando,
Yep.
They're doing a veggie taco here.
Yep.
With
See,
a little
this is the
heat
greatest
to it.
hits.
Yeah. So
Repeat.
we're making a real
Women.
no, but I thought this was cool. And I don't know anybody, honestly, that doesn't love tacos. Do you?
I can't think of anybody that I know.
Because they're just fun.
Yeah. You can put anything inside of it.
You can put Korean barbecue steak tacos. So,
I'm telling you,
also...
these are like, so yeah.
Yeah. We had Korean barbecue chicken in Orlando when we were there as well, which I had never heard of before.
Okay.
And Michael ordered it and loved it to the point that he has like been trying to find it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now we actually have a guide to make a taco with it. It's
The
awesome.
next recipe testing will be
Yeah.
all of these. All right, so we get to page 100. Your uses for broccoli, keeping it out of the compost bin.
Right.
So, and thanks again to Tim for trying all these
Tim
out.
did 2 of these for us during our pre-gaming, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag day drinking again. Hashtag Sunday Fun Day.
Still my favorite.
Right. So Tim actually, my partner Tim made the shaved broccoli. It's kind of like a slaw, and then he did the broccoli coins with hummus. So we tested those. We actually have some video of us trying them out.
Yep.
And they were good. I think, we liked a couple better than others, but this is a great way to use broccoli in a different way. We also talked about the shaved one being a great alternative for people who don't like cabbage. Because a lot of people don't have like the cabbage love. And it was like a nice slaw that was light and not like, ooh, cabbage.
Yeah, it wasn't like, ooh, coleslaw.
Right.
So on page 110, we get to one of we finally had the feature articles for the love of tulips.
Aww.
They're like, hey, Jay, you said you loved tulips last month. Now you're really gonna love tulips. So this blogger, where's her name? Elizabeth Moyer, who lives in Rye.
Rye, New York.
She's here in the Hudson Valley.
In the Hudson
She's
Valley.
basically our neighbor.
Yep. Well, like an hour and a half away, but yeah.
So she has this blog, and her Instagram account is Pretty Pink Tulips.
Yeah.
And so she was the inspiration for this
cocktail.
The cocktail and this whole like tulip centered garden party.
And we had a bouquet of tulips here for a pregame.
Yeah.
Right? So let me just say the very first thing that I thought about this article was super amazing that Elizabeth and her husband plant 1,300 tulip bulbs every year. That's just awesome. Like
we planted like 50.
We planted like 5. So, but we talked about tulips last month. We love tulips. You really love tulips.
I really love them.
And they're beautiful in like big clusters. And we're always talking about and threatening to like plant those tulips. And here she does it, and it's like her stuff is gorgeous.
Will this actually make you guys plant more tulips?
Yeah. No, I like 1,300 tulip bulbs. Like Tim, you said 500. How many you do?
50.
50. Oh, Tim's always like, oh, I want to do like 100 tulip bulbs, like right here, and then it's like, June, and we're like, oh,
too late.
Remember those bulbs we bought? Yep. No, this was just really impressive, and her love of tulips it's so pronounced and quite awesome.
Yeah, I mean this feature. There's a lot to love in here. It really made me realize that I haven't thrown a themed dinner party like this in a long time. We've done a lot of theme parties. We've hosted a lot of things. We were entertaining all the time, but I really like fancy, fun party like this. We haven't done that, and now I kind of want to do something like this. Not necessarily like a tulip garden party, but just something where you get to think about all the details and it all kind of ties together.
Well, and the gays are all about the themes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's got to be a theme.
It's got to be a theme.
Don't you dare throw a dinner party without a theme.
If there's no theme, I'm not coming.
Pretty much.
If I can't dress up in a costume,
forget it.
Forget it.
If you say like dress code whatever, no, I'm not coming.
Think about how many theme parties we've been to. Like seriously,
hundreds.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like, and some of them have worked, and some of them are like, not so much. Yeah. That Clue party though.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Of course, I was dressed as a French maid, so that was.
That was great.
That was great.
That was one of the best theme parties ever.
Yeah.
And Brian and Chris threw a lot of like fun.
Oh my God! So Brian and Chris's Christmas party.
Yeah.
The 70s food theme party was really fun.
Yeah.
Except I had the worst indigestion afterwards.
I bet you did.
I was like, oh my God, this is the way everyone ate. And it was just so heavy and full of mayo.
Yeah. Full of mayo. I know the dish I brought I did like some kind of like a lemon meringue like floating island dessert, and it was like I bought like 7 boxes of like gelatin to make it,
and you're like, how many
horses died for this party?
Died for this. Goddamn theme parties. So I just want to point out on page 111 at the start of the For the Love of Tulips article is another throwback 80s stripe.
Yeah.
Another canopy stripe. Yep. So I think they're trying to make you and I be teenagers again.
Did you notice who produced this feature?
Tell me, Jay, who produced this?
It's our friend Eddie Ross. Show listener, I might add.
Hashtag I love Eddie.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So there's that like 80s stripe. Here, it's it works. A little black and white to ground
it's nice.
Everything. I love the idea of like putting like the flowers or hosta leaves in these big glass containers.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a hosta.
No, as we know, your favorite plant.
My favorite plant. Yeah, no, it's.
And again, it's something that you and I have probably done, but
oh yeah, please.
But it works.
Yeah.
You do it because it works.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Who hasn't like draped their vase with leaves?
I don't know.
I don't.
I'm sure you have. Well, now you're going to. If you have,
I actually tried to do it with the tulips, but it turns out tulip leaves in water don't really hold up as much as hostas.
No. Well, we like hostas because they have a little the variety in the leaves.
Yeah.
All that.
And so on page 113 is where our signature cocktail came from.
Yes, the tulip.
And Elizabeth is with some of her tulips. And another thing about what she's done, I love the fact that she has the tulips like mixed in with other perennials, so that there's you don't just have to have like a tulip here's where the tulips are.
Yeah.
She's got them mixed into other things. It's really
Well, I would think with like 1,300 bulbs, you got to put them
you gotta put
somewhere.
you gotta put them in your bedroom.
But and I also like, so I, you know, as you know, I always like when they give like a real useful tip, like the real deal, like no sugarcoating. It's like, you know, she says that like she goes to the store or the florist and buys extra tulips to mix with her own, because like you're not gonna want to like mow down your fucking yard just for a centerpiece for your table. So you go to the florist, you get more.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, we didn't actually grow those tulips in the vase. Because we have never planted them.
How did I know?
Yeah. No, this was like, I really liked, even though there's more fucking pink throughout this whole feature,
Yeah.
I really loved what they, you know, this is one particular flower. And they really showed you lots of different ways to use something that most of us think is pretty like, oh, you put it in a vase. Right?
Yeah.
They've done a lot of great things here.
Yeah. What I have a little note here saying, you know, why do I not hate the pink here? Because, you know, I'm not a big fan of pink. But here, I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's tulips. Maybe because her house is gorgeous. Maybe it's because Eddie Ross produced it.
Well, it's definitely because Eddie produced it.
I'm liking it. I'm liking everything here.
Yeah. Even, and this is not your gig on 115, right? There's lots of pink on 115. There's butterflies.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like the tableau is like the serving tray. But even here, you're like, oh, that all works. And it's definitely Eddie Ross stamp, right?
Oh,
Eddie
yeah.
Ross is,
Yeah.
like, you know, of course we love him.
Yep. Moving on to page 122, the article called Greenhouse.
With another awesome font.
Yep, another little like you change up in the fonts, which is good.
Really cool.
All right, so I don't know my notes here. Note number 1 on page 122. We have another husband/dad wearing a shirt. He's not allowed to tuck it in.
Not allowed to tuck. But how do you tuck in your polos?
No, you don't tuck in a polo.
You don't tuck in.
He was allowed to wear a polo. His polo is pink.
As it should be for this article.
Exactly. So and yes, but I'm
waiting. Because I bet you loved the store on page 123, didn't you?
So this couple, so as Bryce and Seth Brock have this like rambling like ranch house in I don't know, it's probably California. I don't know. No, they're in Georgia. That's right. They're in Georgia.
That's right.
I love that they painted the exterior in this like dark gray, almost a black. It's awesome. And then you go inside, and I love the living room shot of the entryway with the built-in like brick planters. And the fucking door is pink.
And that pink is pink. No, I like literally circled it with a pen. And it was like hashtag pink. Like, this is pink. Like, if you don't love pink,
and
this is
like, so the only other thing in the room that's pink is there's a hydrangea on the table, but that's just for the photo shoot. So otherwise, like, why did you ruin your perfectly awesome like ranch house with a pink door on the inside?
There's got to be a reason.
Well, I mean, she said she liked it. I don't know. She
liked it. Well.
Wait. She matched the front door collar, Benjamin Moore's sweet 16 pink.
Right, that just
to the pale pink hydrangeas that bloom in her yard. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so there's a connection to the land. All right.
Right.
But why didn't you pick like change the pH of your soil
seriously,
and make your hydrangeas bloom?
So George is warm.
Yeah.
Right. So I get all of that. But can you imagine sitting on like December 24th with your fire going and looking at that fucking pink door?
No. I mean, so like again, overall, I said at the beginning, there's I found very little to hate.
Very little to hate.
So like overall, like, you know, I like it. I feel I'm at this point I'm nitpicking just for the.
Are you nitpicking just for this podcast?
Yes. Well, no. I mean, it's all everything I say is I totally stand by. But there's just like some like small things. I'm like, oh, that's just the choices I wouldn't make.
and so the thing that really struck me with the rest of the house, it doesn't fit the rest of the house.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So there's not really pink anywhere else. No. You know? And
why would you like? And why on the door? Like you could, if you love pink, you could bring it in. Maybe other like pillows.
Cut a hydrangea and put it in a vase. Right. And and the pink is so out of place that they forced Seth to wear that pink polo.
You know it.
On
You know
page
it.
122.
Yeah.
Because on page 124, he got to wear the polo he wanted.
Yeah.
Which was navy as a neutral.
Exactly.
My hashtag for him is, he's still hot, though.
He is. Well,
he's kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
Right?
Kinda.
Well, come on. We don't get a lot of men.
No, exactly. We're grading on a curve.
We get a lot of men outside of this podcast.
Oh. Absolutely. Yeah. There's so many men to pick from.
I can't even keep track of them. But we don't get a lot of men in the magazine.
No, he's cute.
Sure. I mean,
and he's pictured in the kitchen but not behind the counter.
Exactly.
So you can tell if he has an erection or not.
And he's got little shorts on.
Yeah, he's got, like short shorts. So
and again, he's like separated from his wife by that counter space. Again, I think they have an open relationship.
my note here about their kitchen. Again, it's kind of, it has the big open shelves and the white subway tile or brick backsplash that goes all the way up. So like overall, I like the whole. I like what they've got going on. I was kind of wondering if maybe the magazine photoshopped out the can lights in the ceiling, because that upper corner, like near their stove, is very dark.
Yes.
They got a lot of sunlight coming in through one side of the room.
Yes.
And that corner is very dark. And they've got these awesome pendants over the island, but that's so dark behind there. Don't you need some light to cook by?
Yeah, there is a weird feel to this photo. I even feel like the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Like there's, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And Seth is looking like, I can't wait to get out of this house.
Yeah, if you follow his eye line, where is he looking? He's kind of looking like...
now he's actually looking at my crotch. But that's just the way...
God, I wish I wasn't here. So many
men, so little time.
They're talking about how they, like, when you have young children, a chaotic life, let's keep your house, simple. Let me tell you, if you have kids and you want your life to be simple, you do not own fucking velvet dining chairs.
Or you don't. Or on the next page, on page 126, when they show their backyard, I actually wrote, there's nothing kid-friendly here at all. Like, it's all, like it just doesn't look like they have kids at all.
Yeah. There's no fence around the pool.
I don't think they do.
Do you think they rented them?
I think they rented these kids.
Oh, poor Bryce.
She was like, I'm going to be in a magazine. I need kids. Stat.
They just went to central casting for cute little kids. Yeah, they got and they're around their outdoor dining table. There's people who sit on these cubes.
It's all about comfort. It's all about making your guests comfortable.
No, I mean, if that's what you got out there. But I could also picture like little kid, heads and temples being bashed into the corners on those.
Oh my God, right? Like they trip, smash.
Hey, because our baby is like, we were just like, how are you going to survive? You keep hitting your head over and over again.
Wow. Yeah. This magazine has a lot of chairs that are about like torture.
Torture. You're right. Yeah. Right. Torture chairs. Well, I don't know. Can we really say they rented their kids? They do have 2 kids' bedrooms.
They do have
on pages 128 and 129.
Yes.
I do in their son's room. I love the map on the wall. The world map.
I actually put favorite thing in the magazine.
See.
Yep. Really cool.
But in a big classroom world map.
Yep.
On your wall.
But I did say here on page 129 with the kids' bedrooms, the end of the article, Bryce says, there are art projects on the countertop and chalk on the pool deck. Our house just has a good family vibe. And I wrote next to that, not in these pictures. There's like...
we cleaned all that shit up for this photo shoot.
We're like, my children don't even live in these rooms. Because everything's perfect.
Of course. It's the photo shoot.
Stop I can't being wait till hours. Can you imagine what they're going to do when they come to Photo Hour whole podcast and they're like, we're going to feature you?
Oh, this is like what I stay up at late at night thinking about. Trust me.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, like it's going to happen. Yeah. No, I mean, I was like, they'll probably pick Rob's house because he does a big Christmas thing.
Oh.
And all that.
No, but they'd pick your house because it's way trendier, right? Like...
I don't know.
No, come on. Mid-century modern.
Oh, come on. But your Christmas displays?
Oh, but you know what? Christmas is like, it's a season, right? Like...
No, come on. If you're not featured in like the December 2020 issue, then...
my gosh. Yeah. Could you imagine?
I have imagined. Stay up late at night.
You're staying up late.
Imagining this shit.
So, I just want to point out on page 132, the third... appetizer that Tim made for us was the lemony veggie bruschetta. We sort of took our own take on it. We added some blueberries, and it was our favorite one. It was really delicious.
Yeah.
Totally.
This is one you should definitely try.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Oh, you skipped over the dogs on page 158? Yeah, well, who cares?
You don't have a dog, yeah.
You have a cat. Whatever.
He's not a dog.
Who cares about pets?
So where is our BHG time machine taking us this
1977. I was in first grade.
I think I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Farmers markets.
Yes. Which are all the rage.
Yeah. I didn't feel like this was a very inspired throwback.
We love this feature. I didn't really love this.
Not this one.
The only thing I wrote was, I think I owned that shirt. Right? Like,
on which one? Which of the people from the 1977 farmers market?
The standing woman in the green. Right? But there's something about the 70s that there were very distinct patterns, right? There was things that everybody wore, and this definitely showcases that. Yeah, this was not really... This one did not flip my skirt.
I would agree. Yeah, it didn't really do it. I don't know.
Like, wah, wah.
It seemed like a reach for them.
Yeah, I mean...
Anyway.
Oh, because it was the food issue.
It's the food issue, yeah.
So we're going to show people in bad shirts. And
Yeah. So did this issue... hold up? It
did. I mean, I actually dressed... to match the cover.
Yeah, you did.
Because I'm all about themes. Yeah, no, I loved it. I thought it was great. This was one of, I think, of all of the issues that we've talked about, the hundreds and hundreds of issues, as it feels like, for all of our listeners. This was probably my favorite overall, right? Because we didn't hate that much stuff.
Yeah.
Even though our friend in the diaper did not appear.
I know. But there was a lot of diversity otherwise.
Yep.
So it's
food, people, concepts.
We're making
progress.
We're making progress. We're making a difference.
Every single podcast makes a difference. So, this is closing. That's me. Right? I'm Rob Conlon,
and I'm Jay Dewey,
and this is Could Be Better.
Thank you so much for listening. Please visit us online on our new website, couldbebetterpodcast.com, and Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe on iTunes or wherever the hell you get your podcasts.
May your home
and your garden
be a little bit better
than your neighbors
and your best friends. And.
and/or.
You gotta be better than your best friend.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. Why are we doing this podcast? To be better.
Exactly.
We've done a lot of like the same sounds all
Yeah.
this, right? We're in a group.
Oh,
Excellent.
boy.
How long was that? 3 hours?
Could Be Better is hosted by Rob Conlon and Jay Dewey and is produced and edited by Jay Dewey. Our theme music is by Ben Sounds. Subscribe today on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and other platforms. Or listen at couldbebetterpodcast.com. You can also follow the guys on Facebook and Instagram.
And then you're
Drink
drunk
up,
because you're
bitches.
laughing over nothing.
It was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You're like laughing over stuff that doesn't make sense.
Wow. Yeah. Well.
Cocktail. It is kind of the brandy's like
Going to your head.
it's going to my head.
Yeah.
We usually have vodka.
Right.
There's like all
Which
brandy.
it's like water, so
Right.
does nothing.